Okay, in this video I'm going to demonstrate the techniques shown in the Technical Drawing with Engineering Graphics by Gasecki Text. Please follow along and read the section on page 131 if you have the 14th edition, and I'll particularly figure 4.12. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with the first construction method that's used when your point does not lie on a line. So basically I want to create a line that's perpendicular to AB that passes through point P1. Okay, so the first construction method it tells us to, well, first I need to go to my construction layer. Okay, and so it says to create a line from the point to the line, an angled line. Okay, so we'll do that. Enter the line command. I will go from this node. Make sure you have your node snap turned on, and then your nearest snap, so you can select the line itself. Okay, so we've created that line. Of course, that line has a midpoint. You want to make sure that your midpoint snap is turned on for this. Okay, so I'll turn on my running object midpoint snap. Also, I could have done a one-time override if I wanted to, but midpoint and endpoint, those are ones that you use frequently. So from the midpoint of this line, I want to draw a circle. So when I see the triangle for the midpoint snap, I want to draw a circle, and the edge of the circle will go to the end point of this line. Okay, and what that does, it creates a new point E, which is shown in your text. So from the node to the intersection, draw a new line. Make sure your intersection snap is turned on. And just to show you, you don't have to do this in yours. Let me switch to the my dimension layer. So DIMANG, click between that line and that line, and you can see that it is 90 degrees. Okay, so that's the first construction method for when a point does not lie on a line. And now I'll do the second construction method. And the way to do that is, again, use your construction layer that's provided, and the center point of your circle will be at the point here, so make sure you have your node snap turned on. And then you want your circle to go just beyond the edge, and it really doesn't matter how far, but leave a little bit of space there. Make sure that your circle passes over the line, and what that does, it creates two new intersection points. And we'll create another circle from those intersection points. Now, at this intersection will be the center point of my next circle. Just make sure that the radius goes beyond, like, where the low point of this arc is, okay, which is right in here. So just anything beyond that is fine. Okay, so now I'll create that circle. Now I want to copy that circle, so I'll use the copy command. Click there, enter, and then from the intersection I will copy to this intersection. And what I can do now is go back to my visible layer and draw a line from here to the intersection point. And just to show you, this is also 90 degrees. You do not need to add these dimensions to your drawing either, just to let you know. Okay, so now the next thing we'll do is we are going to use the first construction method used in the text for when a point lies on the line. Okay, and you'll see the way that works is that you'll draw a circle with the center point at the point, and just extend the circle out. And what you've done, you've created two new intersection points. So we'll create a circle again, and you just want to make sure that you go beyond the point. Okay, the radius of this circle should be greater than the distance from this point to the edge of the first circle. Okay, so again, we want to copy this circle from this intersection to this intersection. And I didn't mention this on the previous exercise, but I copied this circle to this circle. It wasn't for convenience, it's because the radii have to be the same, because it creates this intersection point. And if the radii were different, the intersection point would be in a different location. It doesn't matter what the radius of these circles are, as long as they're the same. Okay, the same thing goes for this. Okay, so this radius must be the same as this radius, and that's why I use copy. So once you've done that, depending on how you want to draw your line, of course you need to switch to the visible layer, but you can just draw from the point to the intersection, or if you want to draw from intersection to intersection here, it'll pass through the point. Okay, so either way that you want to draw that line is fine. And again, just for demonstration, I'll show you that that is in fact a 90-degree angle. Okay, and this one is probably it's not very useful, but I think it's kind of neat. And it's actually taking advantage of some geometry. I mentioned it very briefly in a previous video, but when you have a triangle where one side has a length of 3, another side has a length of 4, and another side of the triangle has a length of 5, then one of those angles that's created will have there'll be a 90-degree angle between two of those sides. Okay, so we're taking advantage of some geometry to create a 90-degree angle. So the first thing I want to do is create a circle at the point, and I wanted to find a radius of 3. So I will just type in 3, enter. I want to do that again, center point at the point. Okay, this one should have a radius of 4. Okay, now I want to create another circle with a radius of 5, but this time I want the intersection to be here at the intersection of the edge of this circle with a radius of 3 and the original line. So at that intersection I want to type in 5 for my radius. Okay, from this new intersection point here, if I draw a line back to the node, that creates a 90-degree angle. Okay, and just for demonstration purposes again, it may be hard to visualize what we just did, but if I draw a line from here to here, okay, this is the hypotenuse. This has a length of 5, okay, because this circle, the circle that we created here has a radius of 5, okay, and this line has a length of 4, and the distance from here to here is 3. Okay, so that's why that works. Okay, and that's how you do that. Now, just to let you know, you could have a similar situation and just use an AutoCAD command. I just wanted to share a little bit of geometric construction with you, but let me copy this original one right here, and I'll copy it up and get rid of this construction. If you wanted to do this in AutoCAD, of course, oh, by the way, don't forget to leave all your work in your drawing here. But if you were faced with the same situation in AutoCAD, what you would want to do is use the perpendicular object snap. Okay, and you can turn that on as a running object snap, and that running object snap is here, or you can do the one-time override. I want to demonstrate that again. So if I were to switch to my visible layer, and I want to enter the line command, start off at this point, and then I'll do the one-time override, PER, enter, and then the only object snap it's looking for now is the perpendicular snap. Once you see that snap, you can left click, and there is your perpendicular line. Okay, but again, on all these I want to see your construction, because there were some methods I want you to explore. Okay, so that's how you can use the perpendicular object snap. Okay, hope that helps, and that concludes this video.